Hey, Magnus. They don't know I'm recording this, so no names. We'll go with Coop for now. Some for you to blame if you screw anything up, which we both kinda know you will. As you know, most prisoners we send down there cook on re-entry, but I figured I'd use the good stuff. You were chief engineer for too long. You might actually be our best hope at survival. Now, if you listen to this, good job. You completed the easy part. It'll get a whole lot harder from here, before it gets any easier, that's for sure. I've made a list of goals that'll help steer you in the right direction. Play them as you complete them. I don't know. Keep it fresh as you go. Something just to keep you occupied and stop you going insane. Good luck, kid. Now, goal number 1. I think this goes without saying. Survive. To do so, you need to keep that O2 generator running and create a spot for fresh air. It'll double up and provide hydrogen for your pack too. Make traversal just a little bit easier. Keep you off your feet. You've seen the satellite imagery. The high grounds are the best places to start. Those white patches we fought by ice? Well, now's the time to find out if you were right. That's all I got for you for now. You always said it to me, so now it's my turn to say it to you. Kick some ass down there, kid.
Coop, huh? Let's hope you're right. Time to put some dust behind us. We ended up travelling all night. It was ridiculous. It was a mighty, mighty drive, but we made it right about to where we want to be. Things are looking good. I kinda can't wait to get stuck in. It's first thing in the morning. The sun is literally just coming up. I hope. Hope that's not going down. And we're here. We've made it. I think the place I want to be once the sun comes up and around is up in that little ditch. Just going to make sure that we've got, well, some oxygen tanks would be ideal. I don't think we do. No, I don't think the game starts with oxygen tanks anymore. It's a whole new world. I've got a whole lot of new gear to discover, but I'm very excited for it. Right. Components. I don't think we can actually make things with these anymore. No, survivor kit can only make so much, and hydrogen and oxygen tanks is not on that list. Okay, cool. We're going to have to get pretty proactive pretty quickly. I think what I kind of want to do is get the truck up to there. Is that a good idea? Maybe. We might have to go the long way around for it, so we're not quite done driving yet after all. I will go and scope out the angle of that drive, just to see if we can make it. It's going to be scary getting this thing down, let alone trying to get up anything else. Yeah, it might be a little bit too steep. A little bit too steep. Let's just get all of these bad boys off. That should be okay. Maybe. If we keep her slow, we should be okay. Time for everything to go wrong straight off the bat. So far, so good. Come on. Trying to hold the brake as much as possible. There we go. Nice. Right, time to get up the old slope. That's a mega slope too. Do you reckon that way's the best way? I think that way's the best way. There's like a slight less steep incline. I reckon that could work. Already off to a very slow start. Excellent. 5 miles per hour, 5 meters per second is better than not moving at all. We got this. It's just gonna be a long old drive. Sideways approach is working so far. We're doing pretty well. It's steady. It's very steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So I have no idea what is over the other side of this. This could just be like a massive just ditch and no gain at all. But what I'm kind of hoping we can do at this is build like a stable top platform. So I think long term, I'd like to have the main base at the bottom of this hill. But to begin with, high ground, most sunlight, most access to ice, I guess? I think that's how it works. I think ice tends to form on higher peaks because, oh, there we go. Closer to the atmosphere, closer to the cold, closer to just being ice, I guess. Perfect conditions for ice to form. It's going to be a little bit of a ropey start, I know that much. I feel like I should have maybe conquered this part later, but, well, when in Rome, right? We got all the time in the world. Let's start strong now. We're going to need a lot of hydrogen just to keep ourselves alive. I mean, ooh, if we can make it to the part where we need to be alive. Come on. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, this is bad. This is a big problemo. Come on. Right, there we go. There we go. We are back in action. See, I'm a huge rover guy. I love wheels. Anything with wheels is instantly better than anything that flies. But this whole trek up the mountain is really starting to put me off. I wish we had more wheels. Wish we had more wheels. Maybe like a hinge in the middle to try and get like, you know, like the old bendy buses? That, but the other way, so we could just gain some traction from behind us and have it work with us. That'd be quite cool. I wonder if I can make something like that work. I have no idea. I'm thinking way too far ahead of myself. The sun's almost hitting us, which means we are mighty close. Mighty close. I feel like that left side's way shallower. We'd basically be there, but I'm too scared to turn around. Too scared to turn around. Oh, unless we can. Should we try to pull it off? Right, let's see what's on the other side of this. I feel like this could just be like a mega crater, and we're not actually going to be any better off. The sun's good though. We get a lot of sunlight in here. Either way. And we have the beautiful view of the Mars plains. What a sight. What a sight. Here we go. Is it as flat as I want it to be? No. Brilliant. Okay, cool. First things first then, we need to try and get over to the other side. Oh, I thought the driving was done. We've still got so far to go and a very risky descent to take. That's terrifying. I was going to attempt to come across that way, but I think I've talked myself out of it. Kind of regretting that decision. Kind of want to get to the highest point so we can see what's on the other side, but part of me thinks we're not going to make it. Part of me thinks we're not going to make it. It's a little bit sketchy. A little bit ropey. Nope, 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 nope. That's a long, long old way to go down. Can we try and turn it? Right, if we can gain the tiniest bit of traction, we'll be okay. There we go. Come on. Don't let me down, Rover. Do not let me down. Come on, boy. Man, this thing's tricky. You got it. There we go. Beautiful. The back end is delicious. We could cruise through this all day long. We are up the top. We are at the highest point of this, I guess, ditch. Almost looks like a crater. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we got so much to do. So much to do. This is so much bigger than I thought as well. We are literally just a speck on this page. That's unbelievable.
Meteor storm inbound.
And we got meteor storm incoming. Ready for the scenic shots, folk. I'm ready. I'm so ready. First one's coming in hot. Ah, they do look cool. Do we still get the markings on the ground? Don't think we do. Ooh. No. No, we don't. Nice. That's it. The highest point. God, this place is empty. Ah, there's snow though. Nice, we're a lot closer to ice than I thought. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We need to get something that can fly, however, because this little steed is not going to cover that distance. Not easily anyway. I think what I kind of want to do is just fish my way down into here. The question is, where is the best point to do that? Probably there. Maybe this side. There's a big old rock in the way. We'll try that one. The second one in. Fingers crossed that actually works out. Almost bottled it straight off the bat. Nice. Nice and slow. Steady does it. That's going to be a whole lot harder going down than it was coming up. Believe it or not. It's going to take a lot of just slow moving, brake controlling, steadiness, which I'm not very good at. I quite like speed. I quite enjoy speed a lot. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Slow and steady. wins the race. Right, if at any point we do need to just immediately brake, we can turn sideways. But that does come with a risk of flipping our rover, which I'm a little bit worried about. This is like everything we need in it to survive. If we break it and lose it, we could be dead, like today. We'll see how we go. So far so good. Kind of want to come back down the other way. Ooh, steady on, boy. Steady on. Easy does it. Okay, we're coming in hot. Mighty damn hot. Ooh. Can we recover? Come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Oh. As long as we can touch down those first. Beautiful. Wow, that was very calm, collected, and completely controlled, top to bottom. What a delicious landing. Right, let's just have a quick look, see what we've got. Hopefully we can actually get something tasty. We got cobble, we got iron, that's a great start. And there's a couple of these little white divots. All of those should have ore in. Man, this place is huge. This is so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. So much bigger. Oh, I love it. Alright, anything down here? Silver and gold. Okay, two very, very strong starts. No silicon, however. Or iron, for that matter. We got the big rock, but nickel, that'll be handy. And last but not least, ice. Very nice. Okay, we have our own little ice pit. That's handy. That's the only thing that's in there, though. Yeah, we're gonna have to be pretty careful with that. Cool. Right, first things first then. We got one up there as well, but I'm a little bit scared of that one. Just a little bit. Is that everything? There's one on the little hillside there, but again, a little bit scared of that too. Right, job number 1 complete. The obvious next steps are power and food, but I'll humor him. See if he's got another idea.
So you're back. You cleared goal number 1. Congrats. Now, I know you're a bit of a smartass and jumped straight to power of food, right? Well, you couldn't be more wrong. Not going anywhere without an assembler. Next is power and food, though. It's pretty simple. As far as we know, only algae will be available to you down there. Ice provides the water, sunlight should cover the rest. As for power, beware of having a mix of turbines and solar panels. The weight of the wind is lighter than Earth, so turbines won't be as efficient. That's where solar comes in. The dust storms should cause some havoc, however, which makes both choices kinda necessary. Better have some lights on than none at all, right? Coop out. Good luck.
I think, though, if we just level off a touch just here. We are on terrain clearance, so it's not quite gonna give us any gear at all, but we can at least make a bit of a dent and have a bit of a starting point. There we go. This could later become a big old construction area, but for now, it's our stone hauler. It's gonna be a job and a half, but yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm so ready. Let's get a load and see what we can make. This back and forth is absolutely going to be the death of me. We need a little build platform immediately, because yeah, there's only so long I can deal with this. Only so long. We got 15 steel plates so far. We got a long old way to go. 75. That'll do for now. Right, so long term we definitely want to be more central, but for now, gravity alarm placement mode is active. Local grid. I don't really like that. We'll do gravity. Stick to gravity. Right, so this is where our little pit is going to be. I'm probably going to, dig in a bit further, maybe come around. So let's just bring it down to here. Already do not like that. Let's bring it to here. All we really need on this is just like real basics. We get a little mini assembler set up, basic refinery, etc. And we're gonna need some sort of food. Food production is vital to our survival now. It's probably just as important as power and oxygen and everything in between. But yeah, we need to get that underway sooner rather than later. I think the best way to do it is just algae farms, especially on Mars, because we don't have access to any other food. And with the latest update, it's made it so we'll die. We'll die without it. And I'm very excited for that. I love a survival game. Bringing survival into this game just makes me love it that little bit more. Right, let's just cover all of our bases. Job done. Tap the wrong button. There we go. Right. Build platform is in. What's first? Power, I guess. Solar? Colorable solar panels. Nice. Let's maybe start with you. I think we're going to want this a little bit higher. We probably don't. We probably just want it a little bit out of the way. Let's extend this out just a touch. I will eventually want to put these on hinges or something, but for now, just a tiny little build platform with a little extra room for some panels should do the trick. Maybe get 1 plus a battery? Or 2 plus a battery? See how they stand. I just looked at the build requirements and we can't actually build them, so I think I'm just going to go solar instead. If we build 2 little platforms, branch them out a couple of blocks, they should have enough distance between each other. Hopefully shouldn't have any impact on... that's way too many. Hopefully shouldn't have any impact on their efficiency, and we should just be cruising. I think maybe 6 high? I think the most efficient is like 8 blocks apart, but I'll tell you what I can get for now. Let's just hope and pray for a dust storm. Annoyingly, this is a very, very low atmosphere planet, so we're not really going to be able to pull as much as I'd like to, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. When in Rome, you kind of got to take what you can get, and so far, that is all we can get. However, can we get any sort of interior plates, because that would be nice. 40 should do the trick. This is everything we need. Oh, I don't think we have access to silicon. We got a tiny bit of silicon. Okay, that should keep us going. Guess right back to it then. Let's get a ton of stone. Let's get this thing finally underway. Right, we're gonna busy bee. We should realistically have enough to get at least one of these up and running. I think I'm gonna sling it on the top just for aesthetic purposes, of course. Can we... oh, 14 girders missing. The rest, however, we're pretty much there. Pretty much there. Need one more little block in there and we should be golden. Yeah, that one's a long way off. Long way off. We should have a couple of steel plates just in the back. Fingers crossed we can pull those out. Hell yeah. And just whilst we're here, we'll see what else we got. See what we can get. 16 construction components and 24 girders. That's all we need. Brilliant. Used them on the wrong one. Now we still have 0 power. Can I? Yeah, there we go. That should. Hell yeah. We got one spooled up and ready to go. Beautiful. Beautiful. How far off are we on the rest? We're getting there. It's just a slow old process. We'll give her time. Right. Power up. Let's do it. Algae. Algae farms are kind of the key to life. If we can get a couple of these going... oh, we need bulletproof glass. Okay, we need to get underway, like, quickly. We need a basic assembler in here. Rapidly. Basic refinery, basic assembler. There we go, 1 and 2. I think the refinery should maybe come first, because I've already had enough of how inefficient everything is. Could maybe put it on this side. And then we can still kind of get access to everything. Yeah, I think that works. I was going to say, why can't I rotate anything? But that'll be why. I'm looking at the wrong keys. Nice. Get that placed and get that placed. Maybe bring them both in one so we can get some conveyors in. There we go. Basic assembler. I think refinery probably comes first. Let's add that to the build planner. Let's get everything we need for that. definitely going to run out, but that's okay. We can cross that bridge when we get there. How are we doing for silicon? Still got plenty. Nice. I think we do have a silicon boulder somewhere. Can definitely try and pull that up, but this way. This side's going to be the perfect sunset, and I'm so excited for it. Still got a long way to go, of course, but we're getting there. Slow and steady, as they say. Be nice if we can just sling everything straight into this. We got a longer way to go, but we're not too far out, I don't think. That is pretty much everything we need for this bad boy. Yeah. Second wind turbine ready to go. Lovely. Lovely job. I think this should be the last of what we need. Cartridge 2, motors and computers. Yeah, class. One refinery set up. And we're a long ways off there. Let's add that to the build planner. Hopefully we did actually put it in there. No. No, we did not. Brilliant. Cool. Okay. That's a little bit annoying. We've still got a long way to go before an assembler, but at least we've got the refinery set up. I think that's the most important thing. What else do we need in here then? Nothing, really. That's just cracking on. It's doing its thing. Okay, well, can we at least... Sweet. We can actually get that building up. Bulletproof glass and everything else we need, really. So maybe just leave that running through the rest of that stone. Annoyingly, this is a whole lot more efficient, so we'd be better off moving it down here. But it's probably easier just keep them both running. Yeah, look how much more we're getting out of that. That's crazy. Oh, that's so nice. So nice. Ah, the sun's just starting to go down as well. We're in for our first sunset on this new horizon. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, that's still got a longer way to go. Can we get everything crafted through this? Hopefully. There we go. All components were put to production. That should just fly through that and we should be golden in no time, maybe? Maybe? Maybe we just shift over some ingots from here. All of that iron should work a charm. Right in the back of this. Guess we get that in there. Lovely. Right, and looks like we've got a whole long night of just digging up stone ahead of us. Man, I hate that voice so very dearly. Nice. This should be mighty close to everything we need. I don't think we need the extra 30 computers. We do. Man. The assemblers are heavy. They are big. The sun's almost going down too. How's this looking? We're pretty much out of iron. This is using next to nothing. But yeah, we're pretty much out. We get any more in here? Sweet. Oh no. Oh, the sun's definitely going to call for some lights. Without question. Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Complete. We got our last ration as well. We've somehow got to survive the night. This could be a little bit tight. What am I up to? There we go. Nice and shiny. There we go. One basic assembler is in. How much power are these producing? Wind clearance is optimal. Current wind level is moderate. Nice. Max required input. So we should... We might get lucky and be able to run both of these at the same time, but I don't think we will. Oh, it's not even set up to assemble either. To assemble, to convey. Right, I might actually have to move this. That's really annoying. Just flip her around real quick. Doesn't half look pretty though, does it? Damn. They did do well with this game. We kind of cracked on all night just mining stone and set up these conveyor tubes on the back, so it should be pretty much good to go as soon as we're ready to go. Really? Hopefully. Anyway. Yeah, still got a long way to go. Motors take so long to produce, it's ridiculous, but the sun is beginning to rise. We are back to where we should be and life is looking good. Hopefully this does just filter through and we can crack on. 'Cause yeah, it would be nice to just get the day beginning. Get some food on the go because we are starving. We are running out by the second here, so we need to get an algae farm ready to go almost immediately. Computers, construction components. It's the bulletproof glass that may be the issue, but everything else should just kind of work out. Hopefully. I might be doing these things a little bit too premature, but we'll be able to make it work. I'm sure we will. Okay, first things first then. We want one algae farm on the build planner. Is that one easier? No. Nope, not at all. All components were successfully put to production. We're just shy on iron. And we're down a whole lot of silicon. That could be a big old problem. Nope. Do not worry yourselves. All complete. This should hopefully just be able to sit here and produce. Hopefully. I've no idea how these work. Use the sunlight to cultivate algae for food. For use in food production. Fingers crossed it's speedy. Fingers crossed it's speedy, because I have no clue. Max output, NA, current progress 0. I wonder why. Is it shaded? Do we need to build further out? I'm just kind of going to try everything. Let's get like, I don't know, 20 steel plates going. Let's just get a little bit of excess so we can actually start, you know, hazarding a guess at what's going on. Hopefully we can just tack on the front. That'll do. 6 is plenty. We do need to set up a conveyor so we can bring this back in, but yeah, it should be okay. Should be okay. Inventory. Steel plates. Lovely. There we go. 1 bar. 1 bar. Hopefully that's all we need. Thing is pretty much surrounded in sunlight. Current progress 2%. Next output is in 15 minutes. We should be able to bide our time for 15 minutes, right? Maybe. Current efficiency level 19%. Guess once the sun comes around a little bit more. Unless it just needs rotating. Should we try it? We may as well. There's no harm, is there? What else are we going to do, right? What else are we going to do? We'll rotate it, set it up there. Fingers crossed that being direct sunlight should hopefully make a difference. Kind of praying it does anyway. I need some food. Desperately. Okay, yeah, that's better.
Meteor storm inbound.
That's a lot better. Cool. Cooler, cooler, cooler. 56%. Next output is in 5 minutes. Beautiful. Right, how do we get to work with food? Job number 2. I think it's with the survival kit. 12%. 12 food left. Not good. We also need to start turning this off. Ah, we've got 4 ever on that. That's good. Ingot, survival kit, food. 4 algae. Cool. We can do this. We can do this. So I ended up waiting out about a day, I think. These things have been pretty good. They're pretty sturdy, to be fair. They're finally getting back up to efficiency, which is good. They are currently doing very well. The sunlight is beaming on them perfectly. I would like to... Brilliant. At some point, get a custom turret controller, and then we can get this bad boy facing the sun. I believe we can actually do that, and then they should just be operable 24 hours of the day, which would be wonderful. Wow, 16 hours of the day, full rotation, etc. I did also go and track down some iron and silicon. Get silicon from the top of the mountain, and iron's just a little boulder right there, dead center of the crosshair. It's tight. It's not ideal, but it'll do. It'll do. It's got us this far, it can certainly take us further. What I think I need to do now is just focus on food. Maybe get a little mini drill set up. We could even try and sling one on the front of this rover. Turn it into like a full powerhouse, I guess. Yeah, you know what? I think I might do that. Let's just remove these bad boys. I think if we can maybe bolt something onto that directly, attach a little... I'm going to have a think. Right, thoughts have been made. I think we maybe add a cargo pod. Sack off this ladder up top. Let's just make a little bit of space. Survival kit's still good. Let's get rid of some of these half-slope bits. Get this thing looking tidy. We are going to make an absolute mess of this too. It's really sad because it's such a cool little start rover. I do really like the way that they've done this new one. Especially with the mud guards and stuff. They're super cool. Really like thinking outside the box kind of work. I like it. Like it a lot. It leaves a bit of room for adjusting suspension height as well, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's just get the jetpack on. Right, what do we need to do? I guess we don't really need to parachute hatch anymore. Let's hope that that's not holding everything together. No, that actually links perfectly into this, which is our survival kit. Okay, we don't want to link to the survival kit, basically. We want... we need more battery. Small hydrogen tank and a battery. Right. They've added these pretty funky new drills to this mod as well. Mod, update, which are just too cool, and I'm way too excited to use them. I think that should work. We don't have a link to a cargo container yet, but we can at least test out the durability of what we've got with these, work our way backwards, see if we can, you know, make it function as is. Probably should have put like a piston on this just to lift it up, but yeah, if we can make it function as is, get it nice and cozy, then we can think about adding storage. A little storage container up here would be perfect. Yeah, I'm so on board, so ready. Let's whip up a little bit of food whilst we're at it. And just set that to 10, then whatever we pull out can just go straight in. Any more? 1 and 1. Lovely. Okay, I think they're a little bit too high, but how cool is she? Looks so good. I love it. Is that rain? Or is there a dust storm brewing? Definitely something. Definitely something. That's still so cool though. I love it. I've already put them in a thing, so we can get that on number 2. Let's go have some fun. What we do need to do, however, is build a little connector. We probably need a battery as well, saying that. So we can actually get some bits underway. This is going to make life so much easier. These drills are pretty much full already. That's crazy. Right, that is incredibly heavy. Yeah, we need a container on the back to kind of manage the weight. Bit of weight distribution would go a mile right about now. Come on. There we go. Oh no. Oh, that's so heavy. So very heavy. Right. Let's just get you parked. There we go. You're not going nowhere. Not right now. Let's maybe just disconnect this one. Set that as a little through piece. Can I... Should we go for this bad boy? That as a T. And then pop a connector on the end. Maybe one higher. Maybe we go for a slightly different T. Like a pipe cross. That way we can probably get the algae to come in underneath, access it all from here, and then maybe just go for like just a single turner. Again, we can always change this as and when. Just hopefully we can sling a connector on the front of that and actually make it work. If we need a little ramp up to it or something, that's fine. But having at least just this bad boy, we should be able to make something work, you know. 1, 2, 3. Let's try and get things flying fairly quickly. There we go. Always press the wrong button. Hopefully we've actually got enough gear to make it work. Nah, not even close. Okay, that's fine. Had to make some minor alterations. This needed to be a big boy because the T-cross just didn't quite tee up. As for up and over, I completely forgot that we need to get this bad boy in. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I'm not gonna lie. So maybe just try and ever so slowly roll backwards. No, we're gonna need to level off this ground a bit, I think. I guess we could just get a little ramp. Yeah, I think a little ramp would work. Let's give it a go. If we can maybe get underneath here. I think that's going to be where our issues lie. So, maybe like that? Guess maybe something like that. Again, not the most ideal, but if it works, it works. And that's kind of the most important thing. Oh, it's probably going to hit that first, isn't it? Yeah, we need to come out a little bit further. Unless. Right, hear me out. If we set the rear wheel suspension, rear, left and right, let's do rear, left, rear wheels as a group. Rear wheels, and then height offset all the way up already. Or if we do the front, height offset all the way down. Might just give us the arch we need to get in there. Not quite, no. We need to come out one block further with those ramps, I think, and just hope we can pull something off. Yeah, I feel like that could be the only way. Again, I'm not super confident, I'm not gonna lie, but that's one way to find out. If I can just do this as simply as possible without going too overkill with gear, supplies, etc. Yeah, I think that'll work. So we might just need to build those little side pieces and then we'll be good. Let's just test her out. So yeah, I'd much rather not get stuck if we can help it. I feel like that's a reasonable request. Brilliant. I knew it was going to happen. Came in way too fast. Alright, that should still be good. Hell yeah. Right, moment of truth. Time for round 2. We take this one a little bit slower. Right, that gets us there. We're literally resting on the drills. We set up park and brake. We might be able to just adjust. Alright, let's get front wheels. Front wheels, rear wheels. If we drop these now. And then increase those. I'll be able to adjust it so we can set it properly. It's still not quite going to work, is it? No, not without completely wiping stuff out every time. New plan, and I think a much simpler plan. Let's just bring it down. Bring it down. Why are we having it so high in the air? If we can bump these over, maybe. That on the front. Probably doesn't even need to be out that far. Might even get away with just using the components we just used. Still need to drop the suspension, etc. But realistically, we should just be able to back onto it, and it'll just work. Alright then, moment of truth. Oh, way too fast. Completely forgot we are on, like, the most awkward crater in the world. But we should be okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. If we can, again, just fully drop the car, we'll be okay. Does that line up? Yeah, it lines up. I have no idea what I just pressed, but something didn't work. Front and rear wheels, height offset, super low. Yeah, we'd be in. We'd be in. Perfect. Right. Guess we just get all of the gear for this bad boy and we'll be golden. Nice. Actually got it all constructed for the first time ever. Beautiful. Completely forgot about the conveyors, however. We need to do something about that. Hopefully we've got a whole bunch of interior plates that we can just work out. And then link those bad boys up and we are golden. Beautiful. Alright, we've just got to make sure that battery isn't just going to bleed. Fully recharged in 60 minutes. Nice. Guess in the meantime we see what interior plates we got. Not a lot. We got no iron left. Guess that calls for one thing, doesn't it? Let's dump all of that in there. Still got one ration pack. Let's get her underway. The sun is still shining. Back to our little iron boulder and we'll be golden. Is it that one? I think it is. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. One hollowed out iron boulder. Nice. So it begins again. I think we put it on sideways and I reckon right about there works. Annoyingly that antenna's going to be in the way of our like perfect path, but it'll be fun. I think. Should be okay. Nice. The components were deposited and the rest were put to production. Okay, we should have maybe some interior plates left over, which will allow us to dead center and around, I guess. Ah, they're half blocks as well. Okay. Maybe we just come round and down. Yeah, that works.
Low.
That works. Oh no, jetpack's gonna die. It's not the best looking addition in the world, I'm not gonna lie. It's not even close, but it does the job. And right now that's kind of all I need it to do. We can worry about making things look fancy later, because functionality is far more important for our limited resources. We've got a lot to do, and I'm a very, very impatient man, so getting things just knocked out as they come is kind of more important to me. We haven't got... we got about half a day. It's a fair amount of sunlight. We got a good amount of sunlight left. Not too worried about that anymore. But hopefully we've got all of our gear ready to go. Maybe. Ah, production's empty. Interesting. Right, we need 1, 2, 3 and 4. Should. Hell yeah. Gets all of it done. Lovely. Come on, car. And we'll give this one more quick run, see if we can fill this beauty up, and then, yeah, roll out, I guess. Roll out, and I hope we can actually do some good stuff. Get a stupid amount of gear and just be laughing. Completely forgot about the last 4. Right, shall we see how this monstrosity works? See how effective she is. Could even be worth dropping our wheels entirely when drilling. Oh, I did set up a button. Annoyingly, we have to tap that button a lot. But if that can not quite rock us over the edge, we could have actually been onto something there. Yeah, no, we can't do that. Not a chance. Can we do that? But we can get drilling, baby. One thing I think I may want to do, actually, before I go too mad, because I'm now stuck in this pit, is just kind of drill our way into the entrance, I guess. Nope, just going to keep going. Nice. Maybe we do go back to the one wheel system. Drop the front end. Yeah. That should be a lot more effective. Should actually be able to roll in and out without breaking too much of a sweat. Come on. There we go. We are smooth sailing from here, ladies and gents. Our quarry begins. Okay, don't want to go too mad. He says. Rolling very, very, very fast back to the base. Hopefully we can just work our way up this side. Pull the same thing off again. We just turn them on at the same starting point. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Other than this thing being like incredibly hard to control, this is actually incredibly effective. Like, it's really good. I'm tempted to just add another wheel sort of in the middle. We're going to need some light as well, aren't we? Only for a dust storm though. It's going to get dark. It's going to get real dark. Right, let's see what we can do for a little light. Wouldn't mind like a searchlight or something just on top so we can see where we're going. Rotating light, searchlight, or just floodlight. Offset light, offset spot. Yeah, maybe we do searchlight. Brilliant. Forget that that's a thing now as well. You can actually get hit by debris. Handy. That is not facing the way I want it to go at all. Maybe sling it up top. I'm assuming that is going to be the right way. Yeah, it should be okay. Should be okay. One large steel tube. Hopefully that's done by the time we're done. Struck by debris again. Man, that stuff is relentless. Right, let's get this crafted and get back in the ship. Don't really want to be taking damage. That was cool. What's it doing? Did these just rotate around? Clever. Searchlight. Okay, maybe that is just their AI aiming radius. Got ya. Enable idle movement. Off. We want it facing the way that we want it, I guess. Dead set forward. Don't get me wrong. It's not the most efficient thing in the world, but it does work incredibly well. Let's just try not to get ourselves stuck in a ditch yet. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, it does work incredibly well. We're boring out a fairly decent sized hole here. And as we're coming into the evening, it's probably our last chance to actually capture this on camera effectively. But it's incredibly good. Like, very good. I'm loving every second of it. I'm hungry. Not exactly ideal. Hoping there's more algae that's being produced. I have no idea. Haven't checked it for a while. But I think we may actually be set here for a little while. Now, it's not going to be our permanent drill setup. Not for a second. I've got way too ambitious plans. But for now, just for very, very basic obstacle clearance and, you know, making things work, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We could always double up the drills, add an extra wheel, and just get a little bit creative with it. I don't want to go too crazy because I'd much rather have a flying one that can just go like nose down. But to begin with, this is cool. This is cool. Oh, just in time for the sunset too. What a beautiful sight. Well, we should kind of dock in as that is going down, which is nice. Yeah, again, it's a little bit fiddly. Things do get stuck underneath it quite very, very well. But yeah, for the most part, she's actually pretty solid. We can just, if we can get a bigger turning circle, this would be a dream. Absolute dream. Let's just drop her down. Right down on the bed. Beautiful. Lock that in. This thing pretty much clears itself out immediately. Container stays a little bit full, but it's to be expected. We can just drag that straight out too, and it's pretty much done. Yeah, that's where we're at. Life's looking good. Oh, we're missing the sunset. Look at it. What a beautiful, beautiful day. But yeah, I think on that stellar note, as we watch the sun go down, I'm going to call it a day. We've had a pretty successful day. We managed to get ourselves a working drill truck. We got some power in, bunch of algae, which I do need to check on, and a big old hole. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for? And what a beautiful, beautiful time to call it a day. If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Massive thanks to the members supporting the channel. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'm going to love you and leave you just there. I'll see you next time. Peace.